Once upon a time, Luck met with Reason. "Get down on your knees," said Luck. "Why?" "Because you must respect me." Reason was still young and didn't understand what Luck was saying. "Why should I get on my knees? You aren't any better than me." "Wrong! I am better and I will show you. Do you see that young farmer down there working in the field? Let's have a contest. Go and enter his mind and do everything you can to make him successful. Then I will do the same, and the winner will have to respect the other." "All right then," said Reason, and flew down into the farmer's ear. The farmer felt Reason fill his mind, and he quickly walked home. "Father," he said, "do I really have to work in the field all my life? I can go somewhere else and live much better. I don't want to work like that anymore. I want to be a gardener." His father said, "My son, where has your reason gone? Fine. Do whatever you want, but your brother will get the house when I die." The farmer lost the house, but he didn't care. He went to the castle and found the royal gardener. He studied under him, and at first he knew very little, but as the years passed, he became better and better. Finally, he could work on his own, and he created amazing ideas for flower arrangements. At first, his teacher was angry at him, but slowly he saw that the farmer did it even better than he did. "You have much more reason than me," he said. "Your flower arrangements are much neater than mine. I think you can look after the whole garden yourself." And sure enough, when the farmer finished his projects in the garden, the king loved it, and often went for walks in it with his wife and daughter. The princess was very beautiful, but since the age of 12, she had not said a single word. Nobody knew why this was, but it made the king very sad. So every year he said to the people, "The man who can make my daughter speak will be her husband." When the farmer heard this, he thought, "I should try it." He told the king he had a way to make her speak, and his men took the farmer to the princess's bedroom, where she was playing with her pet dog. But instead of speaking to her, the farmer talked to the dog, like the princess wasn't there. He sat down on the floor, looked seriously at the dog, and spoke. "Little doggy, I have heard that you are very clever, so I need your help to solve a puzzle. There were 3 workers, a carver, a tailor, and myself. One day we were walking through a forest and stopped there to stay the night. To stop animals from eating us, we made a fire and stood guard. First, the carver stood guard and took a piece of wood and carved a girl into it. When he was done, he woke up the tailor and went to sleep. The tailor saw the wooden girl and said, 'What a pretty face! I must make her some clothes.' So he got to work and made her a nice little dress. Then, when he was done, he woke me up and went to sleep. I saw the wooden girl in her pretty dress and said, 'What a lovely girl! I must teach her to speak.' And so through the night I taught the girl to speak. When the other workers woke up, the girl said, 'Hello,' and they were all amazed by her. She danced around and talked to us, and it was a wonderful morning. But the other men quickly became jealous and wanted to have her for themselves. 'I carved her,' said the carver, 'so she must be mine.' 'I dressed her,' said the tailor, 'so she must be mine.' 'I taught her to speak,' said I, 'so she must be mine.' So here is the question, my little doggy. Which man does the girl belong to? The dog was quiet and clearly didn't understand the question, so the princess answered instead. You gave her the best gift of all. You taught her to speak. She belongs to you. Exactly, said the farmer. And you have just spoken about yourself. I taught you to speak, and now I must ask you, will you marry me? The princess looked very surprised, but the king's men ran forward and said, No, you are just a commoner. You cannot marry the princess. The king will give you a different reward. They brought the farmer before the king, but he refused all the rewards offered to him. All I want is to marry your daughter. You promised that. You said that the man who could make your daughter speak would be her husband. That's the royal word. The king got angry at this. Take him away. I am tired of this commoner. Execute him. Chop off his head. So the king's men took the farmer away to be executed in the town square. When they got there, Luck came and spoke to Reason. Well, well, our little farmer has done very well with you. Let's see how he does with Luck instead of Reason. My turn. So Reason left the farmer's head and Luck entered it. The king's men came to chop off the farmer's head, but when they tried to do so, the sword broke in half. It is like someone cut the sword in half, the people said. Just then, the king arrived and shouted, Stop! Everyone held their breath. The farmer looked up at the king. I acted without reason before. I have changed my mind, thanks to my daughter. The princess stood beside him, smiling. She told me that this man is a great man, and it is true. Only he could make my daughter speak. He is a commoner, but I am king. I can break the rules, can't I? I will allow them to get married. So the farmer was not executed, and he was allowed to marry the princess. At the wedding, Luck came to Reason and laughed. You see, without my brilliant luck, the farmer would have died. But Reason just smiled. Who do you think gave the princess that idea? And who do you think made the king listen to her? It was me. Yes, you broke the sword in two, but without Reason, they would have used another sword. We are both important. Luck was not happy with this and flew away angrily. The end.